If you'd like to be a sponsor on CONVO with CINO, we have promotional packages starting as low as $50. We're very excited to help you promote and grow your business. We hope you enjoy working with us to help you increase your bottom line and attract more customers and clients. Email CINOLLC@hotmail.com. Again, CINOLLC@hotmail.com for more details. What's going on, y'all? Man, I'm super excited, super fired up. Welcome to another fire episode of CONVO with CINO. This is your man, Corey Williams, just checking in. And guys, today we have none other than a superstar guest. I'm telling you, I'm only bringing you the top of the top, only the cream of the crop. I'm telling you. So this young lady, I met her, seen her, just talking about relationships. And so tonight, y'all, we doing a little something different. We coming off, the business side, and we getting into, relationships, spice. We're going to spice it up here with CONVO with CINO. And, just to break CINO down, because a lot of people are like, well, who is CINO? What's CINO? CINO is what we call creating innovative new opportunities, guys, creating innovative new opportunities. And that's what this show is about. Bringing people on that's going to really help you, as far as opportunity wise, we want to help you create innovative new opportunities. So, and we're only bringing on the best of the best. So today, handpicked this young lady about relationships because, even in business, if your relationship isn't right, it could hurt your business, and so I know me personally, I don't care who you are. You've been through something as far as relationships are involved, and it probably took a toll on you. It probably, hurt you, probably broke your heart, so we've all experienced something regarding relationships. And so I want to get into it. We're going to be talking about, masculinity, femininity, relationships. And so that's why I brought on a certified relationship coach. So I got a quick clip for you. We're going to play this clip, and then we're going to get right into it with our guest, Miss LaTanya Moore Newsome. So again, let's get into it. CONVO with CINO. Let's go.
Hey, family. Being vulnerable in relationships mean taking a risk. Yeah, there's a chance you could get hurt, but there's also a chance to build a connection and growth. As we all know, opening up to someone isn't always an easy thing to do. What area of your personal relationship life are you being more vulnerable and open to attract the love and partner that you so very much so desire and also deserve? No risk, no reward. Have a great day, and remember, I'm not here to change the way you think. I'm just simply here to challenge you to think differently.
What's up, guys? Welcome, Miss LaTanya Moore Newsome, to the show, certified relationship coach. Welcome, LaTanya. Welcome to the show. Welcome to CONVO with CINO. What's up?
Thank you, CINO. It was my pleasure. I'm looking forward to having a great dialogue with you this evening. So thank you for seeing the vision that you've seen in me. I think we kind of linked up in a odd, what used to be an odd way. So I thank you for that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to having a great evening.
Well, and thank you for accepting the offer. Thank you for, just being professional. That's, little things. I'm the type of person you can tell a lot, in the details. They say that, I don't like to use this term, but the devil's in the details, or the tent, and I'm very a detailed person. I think that's that Libra in me. So when people are, really just, and it's funny because a lot of people just don't do what they say they're going to do. It's just that simple. But you've been very professional from the jump, got me all the information, everything we needed to have a successful show. So like I told you today, let's make history and let's make her story. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get a little corny sometimes. So,
It's like needed. Like corniness, laughter, all these things are needed, especially with the trying times we've all encountered these past few years. And mine, definitely, I got hit double time. I would say triple these past 4 years. So yeah, laughing and smiling. Like I love to laugh and smile. So I did like that. Her story is definitely my goal before I leave this experience, is to share her story.
Man, awesome. So let's get right into it, man. A lot of people may not know what a certified relationship coach is. I mean, I guess it's self-explanatory, but what really inspired you to look into that area of expertise, and what really inspired you to look into that, and how does one become a relationship coach or expert?
Okay, so thank you. It's a good question. First thing is not only was or is relationships a passion and a purpose of mine. And I try to be careful when I'm speaking, because sometimes like a lot of people are not at the level you are, not meaning education wise, but on a level of experience with this journey we call life. So I tend to use words like purpose, and somebody like, what does purpose mean? Like I know what it means in school, but meaning this is my purpose, my divine purpose. Well, I was doing stories a few years back, probably 10 years or so before podcasting was a thing. I was doing this, and it wasn't really geared towards relationships or anything, platonic or romantic or anything. That it was a prefla, kind of what you do, a little, style, real estate, what's trending and things like that. Food, everything was kind of like that. But what had happened to me is like it's been a little over 4 years now, I suddenly lost my husband. And at that time, few months had passed, and I was just praying, like asking, like, okay, Lord, like, why did this happen? Like we're at the peak. We've got these businesses going. We got the children almost grown and gone. Like, this is what we worked hard for. So that 17 and a half year successful marriage, and I like to be very clear when I say that, because just because you're married doesn't mean it's successful. It doesn't mean it's healthy. It doesn't mean that you was married 7. It's just a number. But between the numbers is how did you cultivate this union? So when that happened, the answers to my prayers I got was, one, it had to be him, because if it wasn't, the kids wouldn't be able to handle it, meaning they wouldn't be able to handle losing their mother. And he said, 2, in order for you to live out your purpose, I had to remove your husband. In order for me to live out my purpose, the person, my best friend, the love of my life, the father of my children, like great man, like you literally telling me, God, you need to remove him. But I knew instantly what that meant, because I honestly was not doing the things that I needed to do to cultivate others. I was doing what I needed to do to cultivate my immediate family. And it wasn't just about that. We have to understand that we live here and we have this experience not just for ourselves. Yes, we're important, but to touch and connect with others. And I was not doing that. I was just being the wife, the mother, the daughter, the realtor. And I had put speaking on the back burner. So that's how I initially got back to this. And then I had a up and coming not just the radio station, but a radio station was one, but a network reached out. And that's how I actually got back into doing it consistently. And then realizing, hey, these people are really missing this and needing this. So it's a passion. It's really my passion and my purpose to speak to people, listen to what they say, and give them answers. They literally call for answers. And I love it. I'm a healer. That's what I'm supposed to do. Cultivate and heal others. How one can go about becoming a relationship coach and/or expert is just really.
Well, let me hold on before you answer that question, because I want to really, I don't want to skip over the part where, where you said you lost your husband, and you really turned your tragedy into helping other people. You know what I'm saying? Or finding something something that could bless somebody else, even though you were hurting. I mean, you took a loss. That's definitely a major loss for you and your family. So first of all, my condolences to that, being, losing a great man. We don't want to, a fallen soldier, our king, salute, to that brother, but one thing I know about men is that, especially being married, I've been married twice, in divorce. And, but one thing I know about men is that we leave, there's still a part of him in you. Would you agree? I'm sure something inside of you gives you some strength and some motivation, almost kind of like he still may be there in a sense.
Absolutely. 100%. He is absolutely still within the midst, especially the realms of our home, the realms of this thing. It's not like it looks physically like I'm alone, but in the spiritual realm, I definitely have my spirit guides watching. Like I say, I'll be careful with people that don't understand things outside of what they physically see in this 3D world or religious aspects. So I do a lot of studying. I'm very, very smart. So I have a clear understanding of certain things, but my spouse is definitely in the presence. Like, he literally protects me from other relationships and everything. He protects the children as well. And he shows up as a red cardinal every single time. Me and the kids was just talking about that yesterday, especially for our son, the one son, because it was 10 kids and now 6 of them are mine.
Okay. And so you do have so you are a professional woman as well. I mean, you into real estate, you're a realtor and things like that. So you are a business. You about your business. That's fair to say, right?
That's absolutely fair to say. I am an entrepreneur. I learned very early on that I just am not created to work for someone else. Not to say that that's wrong for anybody else, because we all have, again, a purpose and a plan to set out. But I just was one of those people that jobs just did not work for me.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
If you'd like to be a sponsor on CONVO with CINO, we have promotional packages starting as low as $50. We're very excited to help you promote and grow your business. We hope you enjoy working with us to help you increase your bottom line and attract more customers and clients. Email CINOLLC@hotmail.com. Again, CINOLLC@hotmail.com for more details. So let's talk about relationships, man. What are you seeing out here in today's dating market, society, in relationships, man versus woman, Venus versus Mars, masculinity versus femininity. And I ain't forgot about how to do. I'm gonna say that for the end, how one would get that, because that's the opportunity. That's the opportunity that we want to talk about in creating innovative new opportunities. How does one go about being a certified relationship coach? Because some people are doing it already. They're just not certified.
Yeah. And
so let's get on the relationships, man. What's going on in 2023? What's happening? What are you seeing?
I do see a large trend of everybody wanting to be the experts or the go-to coach, etc. So when it comes to relationships, remember, we're dealing with people's livelihoods, right? So I take it serious that if you come to me, you say, Tanya, hey, like, I'm in love, and I did this or that with my wife. Like, how do you are really coming from a place of desperation, so to speak. So how I handle you is very, very important. So giving you information that I know for a fact, because of your desperation, you're going to take what I say and you gonna run with it. It's not take it with a grain of salt, because you're in flight or fight mode. So I have a issue with people that just get on and ramble, not them per se, but an issue with the way that society listens to any and everything that people say. That's just like you going out and trying to sell a house. You're not a certified agent, you're not licensed, you're not a realtor, and you may be able to accomplish that thing, but understand there's a lot of balls that was dropped in the process, and maybe you just got lucky. So I try to stay in my lane with the things that I do know and don't know and educate myself on it. It's a lot of miseducation being brought about, and what our people are not really being clear on and understanding that this is purposely driven. So the lack of information given from appropriate expertise, etc., is detrimental to us as a people. So this is politicking at its finest. So as long as this is what people don't understand, one, yes, we know the native race spends more money than any other culture on the face of this planet. We all know this. However, it's the Black woman that spends more money than everybody in general, overall. And it's the single Black woman. She supersedes everything and every other race. So it's really structured for you and I not to have a meeting of the minds, because people's pockets need to be full. So this is not a game. Everybody's playing chess and society's playing checkers. That's why I have a major check. Like I'm a chess player, so I understand strategy. And the strategy with him saying, "Oh, women are this and they that," and the modern day woman. I got called the modern day woman the other night, and it was crazy.
Yeah, tell me. Yeah, what is that? The modern day woman.
It seems like to me that's in Russ's is so Kevin Samuels. I really had no issue with him. Actually, my team was working on a interview together with us. I had no issue with the man because I'm not one of those women you're speaking of. My goal is to make sure that the women you are speaking of and everything he says in factual his opinion, it come from a hurt place. He been divorced a few times himself. So, let's fact check people before we start listening to him, right? My position is to make sure that the modern day quote unquote woman, which seems to be the woman that's only focused on career, more career driven, damage, not handling past traumas, superficial, just want a man for when she needs him, etc., and nothing more, and then solidifying him, those things like that.
Wow.
Let me see that. So I'm definitely not the modern day woman. So
you would be considered old fashioned or what? So what if you, because you can only be one of the two, right? Either you modern day or you the old school love. What would you consider that then?
I would say for me, this is another thing. Like we put too many titles on things. So now the whole world is confused about what this is and what that, like literally me coming into dating these past few years. I'm like, so you describe dating two different ways, but it's the same thing. And a situationship and a this and a that. Like we need to kind of slow down on all these titles that are modern day titles. Cause remind you can't go back and see situationship or boo thing or whatever on you can't find all these ships, right? For me, I am really a combination of traditional and modern. And I say that because traditional that's a part of the past that's good for you, nurturing, cultivating, enriching, that I pull out of in a modern life. So I can juggle both. It's just what parts of those aspects, tradition, do I carry with me in modern day? Like I'm 47. I've never been ashamed of my age yet. 30-year-olds don't know that I'm not 30 something. You know what I mean? Like right. I have a certain I'm a chameleon. That's why I don't like a lot of titles. I get in exactly where I fit in. I can switch. I'm a 20s girl, a 30s, a 40s, a 50s, 60s, 70s. You didn't see me. You watch me a lot. Like I can merge with anything. But when it comes
that's important. I mean, that's important really to be versatile, to have that versatility, even in yourself, even in relationships. And,
Absolutely.
and I tell people, I told somebody, I said, I used to try to like reinvent myself every 5 years or so. But now with technology and the way things go, you got to almost reinvent yourself every 3 to 6 months. You better be coming out with a different version of you to get better, not for anybody else, but for yourself,
Correct.
to just get better, to be a better person, and to keep up with what's going on, because we live in a high paced society right now. I mean, like you said, terms, these labels and terms, it's like I'm seeing a new term every day.
Every day.
Sapiosexual, this sexual, this something sexual, this type of relationship with, what they was having with the man got 2 and 3 women now, and they all a happy family. And
right.
I mean, they got all kind of stuff going on right now.
It is.
What's going on like with the different trends of relationships? You know what I'm saying? Like, women, are really accustomed now to having a side dude and knowing, the side girl is okay with, what's going on? Like, where we headed?
Yeah, it's, what came to mind exactly where we had self-destruction. Like, I mean, like that's why I did I didn't like
yeah,
self-destruction. Because I think if everybody, and this is something I'm telling you, like I think about this a lot, but it had been on my mind the past couple of days because I had a encounter where I really had to process where this person was coming from. So what I understand is everybody has a large amount of fear. The fear that they have is towards love. So the very thing that will save us is the very thing that everyone is fearful of.
Wow. Hold on. Say that again. That again. Cause I think they may have went, I don't even know. I don't know if that's just coming off the top, but you said what people are fearful of is the thing that will save us. Yes. And that's what you said, love.
Yeah. Everybody is very fearful of love, which is the very thing. Love supersedes, love conquers, love is the most positive energy that could ever be emitted on the face of this planet. So if we're structured to cover up our heart chakras and cover up the fact that we all need love, and honestly, we all really want love. How you look at it, how you display it, or how you hide from it, these are all individual things that we all need to work on and have help with. But if we love one another unconditionally, unjudgmentally, and really from the bottom of our heart, that agape love that you hear spoke about in religion, then we would not be where we at right now. You wouldn't even be single. I wouldn't be single. Do you know that relationships is like a $3.2 billion industry? That's what I'm hearing. Like that's more than cancer medication or heart medication to save our lives. And a lot of us have heart issues because the body is going to reflect what the spirit needs. So if you need love, you're going to have high blood pressure. You're going to have an enlarged heart. You're going to have some issues in those areas that you have not worked on. And I know I may be going above people's head, but this is more than reality. We have different things that we have to mix to make a 360. Like there's life. There's the reality world. There's the spiritual world. There's laws that govern this universe. That's where karma is. Oh, your karma gonna come back to get you. But do you really understand what karma's job is and how it works and where it comes from? So, as I coach and I give lessons, I don't just talk about, so what did he do to you, Marissa? Or what did she do? We got to get deep down to it, because I tell people even all the time in my shows, you're not going to attract what you want. You're going to attract what you reflect.
Come on.
So if your reflection,
that's real.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. And even for myself, these are things I had to look at myself. And I've tested a lot of things on myself, especially with relationships, before I even got certified. So at the time when I was dating early on, I knew I wasn't in a healthy place, if that makes sense. I wasn't in the best place. I was masking all this hurt, all this anger, and all this confusion about what did I just become this great, trusting, loving wife for to end up like I'm 21 again. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm masking all of these things. So I went on a date. I went on dates for 2 weeks, 14 days. I dated 12 guys in 14 days. I was like, I don't even see how people do it. Like, I was tired and I picked up almost like 5 pounds. I was like, I know you lying, because we were going
taking you out to eat, taking you.
Yes,
you wasn't turning down them dates, huh?
Yeah, it was
like,
just
yeah,
meals.
You want to go eat?
Yeah, it was like, because that was like the thing then, was like the dating was, of course, you go meet somewhere and eat. And I would go to this pizza spot that used to be Gladys Knight's. It's in LaTanya. And I had one friend, one guy that was interested in me, and we never dated. We went on one date. We never dated anything. He calls me to this day. He calls me the pizza pimp, right?
Oh my goodness. Oh, so you had a spot where you was just taking everybody too.
I'm like, it wasn't
you was
far
like,
from,
if you passed the pizza test, it was like a test. Like, if you passed the pizza test, you the one.
It was more so like, one, I'm being mindful of the budgets. Pizza's not expensive, and stuff like that. But I really needed to see what type of men I was attracting while I was at that state. So it's a method to my madness. For mine is I've always been like that. So when
you were like speed dating. It's speed dating.
Yeah, it was kind of like that, a date, but it wasn't even. They didn't know that, yeah, I'm dating you, but they didn't know, like, in my mind, I'm somewhere else with this, right? And the quality of guys, not to take anything from them, all Black men are freaking amazing. I love men. I love my Black men, preferably. So it was like they just wasn't in the best spaces possible, or even a lot of them shouldn't even attempting a date, just like myself, right? So after that, as I backed off, and as I got to start releasing.
Let me ask you this. While let's stay on dating for a minute. When you talk about, because I think a lot of people get confused when we talk about dating, when you ask, or like the status of a person, like, are you single? Are you dating? Or are you in a relationship? Like, what are those, like, what is dating? Like, or are you dating? Or when you seeing somebody in particular, like, let's say you just seeing one person, are you dating that person? Like, because I think it's dynamics to that word dating. So break down dating, because you said you dated 12 guys in a row. You dated them.
Each
so
day,
in my mind, I can be thinking like you was dating, like you was like seeing, like, I don't, you see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
break that down, that dating stuff. Break this dating stuff down.
Again, when we go back to modern and traditional, dating in the modern life means one thing. Dating where we come from means something else. The traditional form of dating is, I'm seeing somebody, this is who I'm dating, until he says, hey, let's get in a relationship, or let's be exclusive and let's see where this goes. The modern day dating is, okay, I'm single and I'm trying to find out who I want to be with. So I can see this guy or this girl, this guy and this girl. And because I'm just dating, I hold no responsibility to you, your feelings, your heart, or what you think this is, which I feel like is a huge cop out. Again, because you have fear of loving. We don't need to date. Like, you only need one. You only need one. So if we really try to date, yeah, but dating means all kind of things to everybody these days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a cop out.
Yeah, it can be confusing because, you may be thinking, you like, as a man, you might take a girl out and you might like her. And, I don't know, like, how many dates do you in a row do you need to go before it's like, okay, we exclusive, or I can still talk to somebody? You know what I'm saying? Like, that dating is funny, man.
The dating is funny. And the most funniest thing about it is the man dictates where the relationship goes.
I knew you. That's what okay. All right. I knew you was going to put it on us. Where my fellas at, man? Where my fellas at, man? I need some help up in here.
Honestly,
it's getting hot.
And that's not a bad thing. It's not
No,
a
I'm
bad
just
thing.
saying. I'm just playing. I'm a man, so
Yeah.
when I see something I like, I'm going after it.
I mean,
So
I'm trying to told you. I
that's
got
just how
married.
I roll.
I checked for. I mean, I went after what I seen. I'm usually like that, but again, now we're in a place where if the woman seems to be assertive, let's use that word, then it's a like a whoa, like I should be. I don't want nobody. Like now, the egos are so flared up, like oh, everybody want me type thing, and it just
So
be
that's
wow.
that now we get into the balance of femininity versus masculinity. And now because I think it, I mean, I'm a Libra, so I'm always thinking about balance. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So and men could probably take this how they want, but every man got some femininity in them. And every woman got some masculinity in her. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Now, I ain't no relationship coach. I'm a life. I'm a life coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we both on the
I'm a
same page. So
success
we
coach.
both have the same studies. And I
Yeah.
had one of my books is, remember, I have a diploma in divine feminine. So we had to literally go into all of this. So
Wow.
this is the feminine energy. This is yin and yang, but people always thought it was related to China or something like that. And this is the masculine. Dark is masculine, white is feminine. That dot represents the masculinity and the femininity. The white dot represents the femininity and the masculinity. So by universal law, we have to be balanced. There's no such thing as masculine versus feminine. This is why we having such a disconnect with one another. This is why I always say.
So do you think those things have reversed a little bit, like the dot, like the little bit of the dot of masculinity for the female has overshadowed? You know what I'm saying? Because it's some rough sisters out here nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
So what happens is,
But
really,
hold on, it's some fine and very sensitive, some kudos, big ups to all the women. And I know some women have to be strong. They have to, play that man role, but that you got to know when to cut it off, though.
Yeah. So
when you in the presence of a man, you know what I'm saying? A lot of women, they don't know how to cut it off. They still, you know what I'm saying? They still in that mode. So do you think there's an imbalance now?
I feel like yes, let's say there's an imbalance on both ends. Remind you, we're self-destructing. So this which is in order is going to break down and have no more order. So what we're experiencing is the breakdown of the self-destruction. So you have feminine women that say, and I don't agree with this at all. Well, I was a single parent. I raised the kids. I had to pay my bills. I had to this all by myself. So can't no man tell me nothing. What can a man do for me? Yada, yada, yada. And I would say, sister, first off, what you're doing has nothing to do with what beast you're feeding, because these are beasts we're feeding. Are you feeding more into your masculinity? Are you feeding more into your femininity? Whatever beast you're feeding, that's what any of us with any errors in our life, that's what's going to grow, right? Yeah. So there's a part of that female that is not dealing with a trauma that was attached to her being feminine. It could be, unfortunately, molestation or something, a rape, or real bad heartbreak, or things like that. So we suppressed a lot of things that we don't understand come out. It's going to come out. It just comes out in other areas. It's like a water.
How important do you think therapy is? Like therapy, you know what I'm saying? Versus what you do, or accompanied with what you do.
I feel like therapy is amazing. It's an amazing resource to have. Mental health is real. Heartbreak is real. Poverty is real. Loss is real. All these things are real. I'm not against therapy. I'm not against, it's like being against coaching, but coaching came about because a lot of people have a stigma attached to therapy. Gotcha. The only thing we can't do is diagnose you. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things we can't do. Does everyone need to be diagnosed, or does everyone need love to heal from what they're dealing with?
So, but like you said, so if a woman, you know, a person comes to you and they have, because a lot of times the issues isn't necessarily the relationship, it's actually that person. It's like you say, past traumas, hurts, disappointments, you know, whether it's been, you know, childhood, mommy, daddy issues.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's
it's
what
like,
it is. Yeah, a lot of the time.
yeah.
So
So how do you like? I mean, it's so. I guess this not a one time shot, which you know, it's something that's always needed. You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? Like it's almost like saying I'm healed. I'm here. Thanks, coach. I'm here. I mean, are you ever really healed? You know what I'm saying?
As long as we're in
Or is healing
experience.
a process? Is healing? Is it just healing, or can you be healed? Like,
I feel like each let's use an analogy. Let's say you fell and you bumped your knee and you have to cater to this scar on your knee. You cleaning it, you witch hazel, you Neosporin, before you know it, it's starting to look pink. You know, the scab is on. The scab is the part that protects the skin while it's in the healing process, right? So you know that you're completely healed at the point you might soak in a tub or be in a shower, and then next thing you know, oh, my scab is gone. And then it starts resurfacing a new layer of skin. That's how the healing process works, whether it's mental, physical, scars, etc. We can heal from those if we put in the work. That's your shadow self and working. But then here come another, you didn't carry something and fell and bumped your elbow. Now you got another scar and you got to go through the process. It's just the area of healing is different. So yes, we can heal our past. That's the best thing you can do. First is heal from your past. Because once you heal the past traumas and you really look them square in the face and say, because it's a fear. Past traumas is you fearing facing what you went through. Because your body and the brain, in particular, its job is self-preservation. So the job of the brain is to protect you from what it knows hurts you. So it goes into the subconscious part of your brain to just sit in hiding. But what happens is as you keep hiding and piling up these unsubconscious hurts and fears that you don't want to deal with, you end up projecting them because they're coming up. I call it my Pandora's box. So I used to put all of these hurts into the box. I close the box up and I literally visually actually put it in the back of my mind. So because of that too, doing that for so many years, I lost memory about things that was attached to that. So again,
it almost reminds me of it makes me think about PTSD, like PTSD, when you know person been in the army and they had to do things and now they back in civilian life and they hear a firecracker and they think it's a gun. And I think a lot of times in relationships we are going into relationships with that PTSD and we're bringing our baggage with us in a new relationship when you need to come with an empty bag.
I'm glad you said the empty bag. I was thinking you speaking when I was thinking earlier because it was some points that I didn't want to forget as we was going on. The coming in with the baggage. This is what I would say. At the end of the day, we're all traveling, correct? Mm-hmm. When you travel, you take what? Baggage,
like
luggage.
Necessity, yeah.
Take your necessities, what you need. And it may not always be pretty. And then most of the time it's not. What my luggage and baggage looked like was not the same as my spouse's. We going on the same trip. And I'm packing like I ain't never coming back. You know what I mean? Because there's things that I don't want to be without. I have a fear of not having the right shoes with this outfit. I fear of not having the robe. Like they're fears. And once we understand that everything we procrastinate on, even if we don't see it as a fear, it's basically a fear. False evidence appearing real. That's what fear is. So we display that fear in different ways in our relationship as well. Do I say nobody with baggage should be dating? No. And for somebody to think that somebody's gonna come empty-handed while they traveling it's just ridiculous. We've all been in this experience. Look what the past 4 years have done to people. Everybody moving different, just based on the pandemic alone. So they have baggage attached from that. So there's a lot of that. No, it's just let's love one another enough to decide if we want to help one another unpack our baggage. That's it. Because I'm not coming without baggage.
I like that.
You're not
That's a
coming
bar.
without baggage.
That's a bar. Hold on. You know, when you dropping bars. So you said let's love each other enough to help each other unpack. Is that what you?
Exactly.
Man.
Because we both coming. We both coming with luggage. We're travelers. We on this journey. So nobody's coming without baggage. And this is why I say being very careful. So now you got men out here looking for women with no baggage. Where's she at? Where's she at? You got women out here looking for men with no baggage.
Yeah. Hey, look, me too. Where is she?
Where at?
Yeah.
It's unrealistic. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It's just unrealistic. And we have to be very careful about what our expectations are for ourselves and our relationships. Because we can do this. We can talk about the Chili syndrome. Everybody joked about Chili because she stayed single so long because she was looking for something particular, right? For all of these years. Really, her fear was encountering the hurt that she got from Usher. And she's married, she's with a guy, I know, Neon or whatever, and you couldn't pay me to tell me that she 100% happy like she was with somebody that society told her wasn't good enough for her. So we gotta be.
I'm glad you brought up kind of like the celebrities. You know, recently in the news, we've been, news gossip. You know, Steve Harvey's back in the news, him and Marjorie, and everybody was so mad at you. Since this is a relationship show,
right,
let's talk about Mr. Relationship himself,
man,
Mr. Steve Harvey. You know, what's up with Steve? You out there in the A with Steve. What's going on? Is it true or what? I mean, and here's the thing. I don't care if it's true or not. My issue is that why were people so happy that the man, that even if this did happen, people were really celebrating? And I know guys, as men, we were mad because he was kind of unleashing things, telling secrets or whatever about men. But what's your thoughts on that? Whether it's true or not, what was your thoughts when you heard about it?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a Steve Harvey fan. Never, outside of comedy, haven't been. I feel like when he went into the relationship sector and telling women how to handle men, that was a disservice for us as well. And not that because he had failed marriages, so to speak, solely that would be why. But brother, like it just, you got to be careful who you listen to. Steve Harvey has done a lot of things to his first wife. You know what I mean? The mother of his son. And for those type of things, now remind you, if a woman is with you, it could be a man, I'm not biased. And when you have nothing and y'all literally sleeping in a vehicle and she's counting out change so you can get to a comedy event so you can try to make some money, and sleeping in the cars with you, I mean, like really in the mud with you. And as soon as you get to where you at, she's not pretty enough, she's not good enough, she's not this. That alone diminished his character for me.
Well, but Steve is not the first celebrity to do that. Let's be honest. I mean,
he ain't, but that's what we're talking about.
I think Mike Epps said it. He talked about his first. He was like, man, before I got on, she was ugly. He clowns his first baby mama or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But look at him now. You know, this before he was Mike Epps. So a lot of celebrities, they do get on and upgrade or whatever they want to call it.
If you call it an upgrade, then that's why he got the result he just got. So if that's an upgrade, because that's no different. I'm just being honest, because even Mike Epps, that was in his comedy. He'll joke on his kids, his mama, whomever. But when you drag your ex-wife through the mud and literally take everything from her, including her child, and have another woman trying to raise her child because you have more money and you can fight her, it's a lot. Like, that's a trauma. Somebody got to deal with her baggage.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? So if the wife you have now was so amazing and good for you, she wasn't in that car with you. She wasn't counting pennies and quarters with you. She literally told him until he got money, she wasn't even looking at him.
Wow.
He got the result he's supposed to get.
Yeah.
Again, those universal
and they say,
laws.
I guess they say how you get a person. What's that saying? How you get them? How it go? I know you know.
How you get them is how you lose them. Because she was dating us. She didn't dated cousins and all that. But Steve, all in all, if that's for anybody, if you're given the information, don't let it be just bias. Don't let it be, oh, this is women do this, and that. Women were really following his rules.
Yeah, 90-day rule. Don't give up the cookie for 90 days. And
listen,
that's when the brothers really was like, hold on now. 90 days, man. That's 3 months, man. I gotta. Woo, that's a long time.
Your wife has been on the block giving up coochie all the years y'all was growing up. I'm saying, like, people. I just had this again with Kevin. Everybody listen, don't date the realtor, don't date the beautician, don't date the nurse. They this, they that. But you got caught when you died, you was in there with a nurse. Like the very same type of women that you talk bad about. And you know what I mean?
We talking about Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels, right?
Yeah, like you telling these men, but again, it's his business. People will use business.
So did you like Kevin Samuels? Were you a somewhat fan, or did you because a lot of, I just take what's good and I take what's, and I throw the fat away. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really I like Kevin Samuels. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, and y'all might be mad, but I think he had a lot of truth. I think he was telling the truth. Now, I didn't like his delivery, but his delivery is what made him popular. People like the controversy. Like,
so,
I don't have no. You see what I'm saying? That's what got him his money. So he had to really roll with that concept. So I think that it's almost like a Charleston White. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got on, and even Charleston White, something. I mean, you listen to him, he be really telling some true stuff. But again, his delivery, F everybody, F it, don't nobody, ain't nobody really gonna respect. You're gonna have a hard time being accepted. People will watch you and tune in, but now you almost got to watch your back because you talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people gonna hate you in public, and so we can get this internet and this podcast and video stuff kind of construed, not knowing that you still got to go out in public and see people. So
absolutely.
What's your thoughts on Kevin?
I'm like you. It was, for me, I'm not one of those women he speak about. The only thing I ever seen that I could relate to when he was saying the things he was saying, because remind you, once he flipped over from talking bad about men, he wasn't getting as much clout. He flipped the script, and now it's women, and now all the hurt men, traumatized men are on board with that, and now the women are like, what? But it's his business. Remind you, like, this is business. So when you allow someone to tell you how your personal life should be structured, same thing with Steve Harvey. Don't give up the cookies 90 days. He's a mama's boy, this, that, and the third. And ultimately, there's no right or wrong way to this thing. Steve Harvey ain't right or wrong about a lot of things he said. Kevin Samuels not right or wrong about a lot of things he said. However, it's just not a cookie cutter solution for everybody. So if you think that realtors, nurses, and hairdressers are the bottom of the pole or something, like, hey, I don't need to open up a 1099 to see and tell you I made more money than you. I don't need to do that. You know what I mean? Your net worth, like, we don't need to do that. But what we need to do is figure out what works. Somebody wants a realtor as a wife. I already was wife. Somebody wants a nurse. So I just didn't like the belittling that Kevin did all across the board. Let that be individual. Every man's not a bad man. Every woman's not a bad woman. Let that be individual. And I feel like he was like the holy Bible for Black men that have not worked on themselves. Because when you're a healed person, none of that matters.
Come on.
None of that matters.
Come on.
And you're going to treat each other accordingly. So the things I seen with the men was, you went, and I had somebody that like, I'm huge on Kevin Samuels support. I'm going to let you know. I dated a guy that pretty much listened to him. And to be honest, the way his personality was then, and he masked a lot of things, like Kevin Samuels masked a lot. You telling men not to be with women with children, but you left a woman with kids? You got children with women. So that's just, again, if you healed, you see things in the spiritual realm and you don't fall for that. You just sit back and be like, wow, you know what I mean? But hurt people are in the 3D, so they're feeding. It's feeding that hurt. Somebody got hurt by their baby mom and their wife. So when he say something about women, because it's feeding that hurt. People hurt people. We know this. Hurt people. You're never going to hear me on a platform and say all women are this, and a third, because that's not 100%. And I've had these arguments or dialogues, so to speak, more so than arguments with men. And they bring him up every time. And he'll bring a data coup like, a guy I was talking to recently sent me he sent me a post from Kevin that said the modern day, remember I told you I was called the modern day woman the other night, right?
Oh, okay.
Let's break it
down.
Woman cannot be faithful to just one man. I'm like,
goodness. Oof.
What? So this is a thing too. My track record solidifies. I go show can do that very well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 6 kids, 3 kids. I never had a problem. I got married with 4 kids. He said you can't. Both my 6 children, 2 fathers. Both of them are deceased, unfortunately, which is how I end up with my last husband, my late husband. The first 4, my children, he got killed when I was 21. So then I met my late husband 3 years later. And that was my fiance at the time. We bought a house. We working towards marriage, and he died. So my situation, so now in society, a woman with 6 children, very productive, self-sufficient children, adult children, grandchildren, I would be looked at how? Like I'm just the project chick that's just running around with baby daddies.
So the modern day woman, would the category of making like a 6-figure woman, would that be considered, or a high income earning woman? Would she be considered a modern woman as well? Like, would that be in that category?
I think they're putting, any women, like I said earlier, that has a significant amount of income, I make more money than the mate. Mm-hmm. And then a company,
because that's happening right now. A lot of women are making a lot more money than brothers. Brothers, fellas, hold on. PSA, brothers, we got to get this money, man. Y'all got to step your game up. I'm playing God's advocate. I'm just telling you what God love. Step your game up. Go back to school, get a trade, something, learn this new technology, get into the digital arts, whatever. But brothers, we gotta get the money, because we gotta take care of our sisters. Definitely.
Absolutely. I think, society is structured for it to be more so 2-person income now these days anyway. And so if we look at it like, if the men start looking at the women, now granted, there are women that solely like, I make all my money, I don't need you, this and that. Like, again, I'm not on that ship. And I honestly make a really nice living. You know what I mean? So I really do.
I follow you on I see how you're living. Yeah.
I'm just a small on the totem pole, right?
I see the throne you sitting up. By the way, y'all, this is her house. This is where she at. It ain't no paid studio. She at the crib with the throne.
Just a little something. but now when we talk about that, speaking about the home and the money, my thinking was, I know what I was created to be. And this is what I need successful women to take on. First of all, we have this back and forth for male and female. This is very important that I say this, right? It's structured. We know, I've told y'all earlier, it's structured for the economy like that, right? But what happens is we have to understand that, yes, we are different. We were created different. And I say, this is my slogan. Yes, we are created different, but in our differences, we are created to coexist. we cannot deny, it's unrefutable that we're different. You're a man. You use this side of your brain. I'm a woman. I use this side of the brain. When we come together, we're using the whole circumference of our brains together. That's why, as Fabulous said years ago, I'm a movement by myself, but I'm a force when we together, right?
Yeah.
We need that. We need this togetherness. Society doesn't want the togetherness. Look, if you look at tradition from back in the day, men are now complaining about working and taking care of the home. Well, if you go out and work, you got the outside, baby. I got the inside. So I made sure that my income and what I had coming in was conducive to what my positioning as a woman, as a wife was, which is to be the helpmate. So I can't help my man when he come home with his head down talking about Bob just let him go for young 22-year-old Mike because he got all the technical skills and knowledge, etc. I have to then now all of the responsibilities are on me, and I'm okay with that because I came in this experience and had this covenant with all knowledge, knowing that I am his support. That's not if he don't have a job, if he keep a job, if he want to change. My late husband changed jobs when we got here, and it was my idea for us to move here. They wasn't paying enough. I paid the bills for the first 4 years. No problem. Did that mean he slept on the couch? You out your mind. That means he had problems as a man that he had to deal with himself because now he's on unfamiliar territory and having to rebuild. But to ease that, I do what I need to do. I paid the bills. I made sure we didn't go hungry. The kids
some men probably couldn't handle that. You know, that is so a lot of men probably going through that right now where their woman, you know, their wife or their girl is making more to them. So, you know, what do you do? What do you say to those people? You know what I'm saying? To deal with that.
To the males that's dealing with that?
Yeah.
Listen, this is life. We're on this journey together. I agreed to be your journeyman. So whatever we come to pass, whatever we cultivate, whatever comes abroad in front of us, I'm your back in the front. Like there should be no second guessing where your woman stands in your life. And that's because she has to understand too, like a man that doesn't have a certain amount of finances, because y'all equate money with power. And y'all equate money with respect. Mm-hmm. I'm still bringing your meals to you, baby. If you ain't collected a check in 2, 3, 4 weeks, a month, it doesn't matter. My job is still to treat you like you are the head of this house. So these men have had experiences with losing jobs and losing loss of income, and have unfortunately experienced how the wife or the girlfriend or whatever has treated them according to where they are in their financial position. And you have to understand, every woman is not that same woman. That's the most issue I encounter while I'm dating, is men feeling like they're not financially stable enough to date me. I ain't show nobody my bank account. I ain't said her open no apps
but on the flip side of that, some men, they cool with it. Like they actually want some brothers like, shoot, I'll sit back and chill. You making the money, go baby, go. You know, I'm gonna cheer for you. You know, almost kind of like you know, Oprah and Stedman. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what can you do?
Y'all been killing.
You know, even though Stedman is a boss. I mean, Stedman, I've seen Stedman speak, and
yes.
You know, Stedman is cool dude. You know, but some guys are comfortable with having chilling and being the stay-at-home dad, or you know, so what do you say to those? Is that, I guess it's just whatever works for the couple, right?
Yeah, because it's individualized. Do I feel like a man in nature, in the divine structure of how a man is built and how a woman is built, should a man just be Mr. Mom? Like, you know, I love that show, Mr. Mom, but I don't feel like personally he should really be home nourishing the house, because the cultivating and the nourishing of the home structure is combined, but it's mainly solely the nurturing comes from the feminine side, which would be the female side. So yes, I believe both people should, if they have to be outside the house and how that structure looks is different, because what's going to happen is that man's going to only be so comfortable so long. It might look good on the outside, but the way he's set up in the inside, the male structure is not going to last that long. And honestly, that's why you start getting situations with those type of men stepping outside of their situation. One, an idle mind is the devil's workshop, meaning you got too much time on your hand, brother. You supposed to be cultivating lands. You know what I mean?
Right. It's getting juicy, y'all. It's getting juicy now.
Those are those things. I'm judgmental not at all. What works for you works for you. It's just, if you come to me and you're asking for advice for a situation like that, I'm going to advise you to let your man get out here and do what he's supposed to do. The lion of the jungle, sit back. The structure is for him to sit back and protect his environment, right?
Yeah.
That we in a man will say, "Oh, I'm the king of the jungle." But I'm like, in our reality, we human beings, we even have dominion over the lion. So for you to try to put you and the lion in the same boat, these are different, because then that means the very thing that they complaining about, the women making more money, is the very thing that the lioness does. The lioness is the one that go get the money. The lioness is the one that bring back what is needed for the land with their tribe. So if you're the lion and you the king and I'm the lioness, why is you mad that I'm making 6-7+ figures and you feel insecure about it? Because the lion don't be insecure. He sit back like, I got all of this under control. So we got to be careful about what we saying, what we believe, and what we're expecting, because now the men have put themselves in the lion's position. So that means the lioness is doing her position. She's going out and making the money. So stop equating yourself to, we are power in our words. If you don't want that thing to come to pass, don't bring it up. Don't bring it up, because that's exactly what you're going to get. No, so
man, we could go on for some hours on this. This is, I really believe you now that, like, relationships is a, $1 billion, industry, because, it's just key. We wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be born without a relationship, without somebody. I wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here without a relationship. So this thing keeps the cycle of life going, relationships.
Yes.
So let's get ready to wrap it up. I was gonna do the rap game with you, but hurry up.
Let's do the rap game. Let's get a rap game.
Do the rap game? Okay. Yes, well, let me ask you this. I got one more question.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna have to bring you back every now and then. We're gonna have to do a special. You may have to come back with this relationship stuff, because I know and again, my goal is to help people. CINO, create innovative new opportunities. That's to help people. So 2 more questions, because I want to know how one would get certified. So we'll play the rap game, and then we'll get into that. But one question, because as a man, I'm spiritual. I read my Bible. Shout out to Coach V. Prayer call and all that. But you talk about the virtuous woman. Speak on that. And I know you know about that, but I think that's what every man really wants, that virtuous woman. So touch on that real quick. I'm gonna get deep. I'm gonna cut the 2-edged sword. I'm using my 2-edged sword now.
Use it. Yeah, that's tricky. So I heard you say, the virtuous woman is basically the woman that you feel like every man wants. But in our real reality, the virtuous woman is far from what every man wants. And I say that, and this is why I say that. When you look at what's going on in society, even just in general, we sticking with our people, what men are attracted to is not the virtuous woman. Most men are not attracted. They're attracted to the Jezebels. Because they won't. I'll like this, when even in my marriage, it's funny that I could be as freaky as we needed to be until I became his wife. Literally. Then it was all kind of locks, like I thought I was playing Mortal Kombat, and so I was like, whoa, wait a minute, right? Because what happens is it's a certain stigma attached to the virtuous woman. The virtuous woman is the misconception of the virtuous woman is why we have that issue. The virtuous woman is going to be tender, loving, loyal, subservient. Not because submission, when we use submission now, it just, people's heads go everywhere. Subservient. She's going to be needed, valued. She has morality. She has integrity. She has class, style. She's nurturing. There's a whole plethora of good things that can go into the pot of the virtuous woman. However, the virtuous woman still has a whole nother side to her, just as well as everybody else. So no, you can't. So if you looking at her like, oh, I can't look at her like that, like, oh, I can't tell you get on the pole, baby, let's dance. Can you like, when you do that to the virtuous woman, you're taking away a lot of the aspects that make her virtuous. Because I can be sexy and classy at the same time, that makes me virtuous. Because I can know what it is my man needs, but not allow him to misuse me, I'm virtuous. So men they want to look at the titties and the booty popping, the twerking and all that, because everybody has a fetish, one, everybody has a sexual desire, everybody has that dark side of them that they don't want nobody to know. So most of the time, the Jezebels, the side chicks and all them, they feel that fantasy that is only supposed to be a fantasy and make it a reality. And men start falling for that. So the accountability should be on both sides, but I do hold women far more accountable because we are the ones that cultivate this land. We are the ones that nurture this land. Whatever we put out is what y'all receive. So,
wow, man,
they ask for something
down. No, that's real. That's real, man. You broke that down. All right, hey, mic drop. I ain't gonna, no more questions, coach. So that answered that question. So look, let's get into the rap game. You say you wanted to play. All right. So here we go. The rap game. So what I did was I came up with a game because most entrepreneurs, we kind of get our motivation from and an inspiration sometimes from the arts, and hip hop has definitely been an integral part in, of course, the African-American community, but, it crossed over, many, many years ago, a few decades ago, so now you see, all races, hip hop all over the world. That's why artists can go overseas and tour and make probably more money than they make here in the States. So the rap game is about, who's your favorite artist or what song or line or verse that kind of inspires you to kind of do what you're doing when you're down, when you're up, who you rocking to in the car when you're feeling good. Like today, I was driving and I was listening to Nas, and and I know people was in the car like, what is he, but I was just in my zone, you know what I'm saying? So who's your favorite rapper, verse, or while we play the rap game?
If I put them in line, I have three that I admire for sure. My top is definitely going to be DMX, number one. Yeah. And Damien, definitely. DMX, 1. 2, Kevin Gates.
Okay. Gates. Shout out to Gates.
Yeah, Kevin Gates.
Rest in peace, X.
Right. Love him. And 3rd, Rod Wave.
Who?
Rod Wave.
Okay.
Love it.
Okay. So give me a X line or X song that you like. Give me an X line that you like.
Okay, let's do
or Gates. Give me a Gates. Gates got some bangers.
Yeah, let's do DMX. Okay, the first one. He has one that he say, it's spring. Hello? Who you fucking? What? You heard me. Who you fucking? Man, get off on my line with that, man. Yeah. Man, like, who is he? What's his name? Man, I don't know nobody's in Yonkers. I don't know nobody in Yonkers. I ain't fucking nobody in Yonkers. Bitch, you lying. Click. That was the bird. Dog in.
Yeah.
I think that shit was like, so that's one of them. And I know I had a cuss, but that was like the line. So then that's
We bleep it out. We'll bleep it
Keisha,
out. It's all
Leticia,
good.
Londa, Felicia, Jeanette, okay, LaTanya,
Yeah.
Lakeisha. So he
What
say,
they really want from us.
yeah, that's my.
Okay, what they really want. Okay, what they really want. We're gonna
Yeah,
the
I
radio
like that.
version. What they really want from a
What they really
brother.
want. Like
Okay,
what?
give me a Gates if we gonna wrap it up. Give me one Gates. Gates got one I like. About work hard. I got job. What did he say? I got 10
6
jobs.
jobs. Auto
Yeah.
inside, right? That one. Mine is. I have a whole lot. The cartel one. He has one called Fly Again.
Okay.
I like that. I'm learning how to fly again. Back up against the wall. Who do you hold on to? Things are getting tired. What we gonna do? And I want to say
Yeah.
it rains
I
and
like
pours. I'm learning how to fly again. I'm learning how to fly again. The fly again would be that.
fly again.
Yeah, you
Okay.
gotta. It's on Cortel. It's on the Cortel one, and then the general, the Cortel. Yeah, he talks. He says my name in that one too. So like, it's the
Okay.
general. So I do like Kevin Gates. There's a ton of them. You caught me off guard with all those, but you got
And I
one.
like Gates because he keeps it real. I mean, he really. I mean, if you want to listen to some real rap where it's gonna, it's just real. Like he ain't sugarcoat nothing.
He
He just
sugarcoats nothing, and that's what I
yeah,
like. I
yeah.
like that he's nasty too. Like the virtual we got that he's Kevin
Yeah,
Gates is
yeah,
nasty.
yeah,
He
yeah,
good.
yeah.
He nasty, good nasty.
Yeah,
Like
the
you be
ladies like,
like.
yeah, the ladies like, yeah, Kev,
We
yeah,
doing
yeah,
what in
yeah.
the bathroom? We doing what in the mall while I'm getting dressed? Okay, we in the dressing room. Okay, Kevin.
There we go. There we go. So there you have it. There you have it. The rap game. We know we got the official Miss LaTanya Moore Newsome representing the rap game on CONVO with CINO. So, so last question. I know we asked earlier. So, how does one become a certified relationship coach?
It's not complex, pretty simple. When you just on that basic level, you're going, depending on what city, county, state you're in. Of course, Google's your best friend. Google how to become a relationship coach. Undi is another website. Undi is cool. It's for you if you want to kind of play around with it. It's not, you don't spend a lot of money or whatever, but it depends on how serious you're really taking it. So if you are taking it serious, you want to get the best accredited facility that you can find. Mostly all of these are online courses, especially with the pandemic, etc. And sometimes you can combine them. So you go online and just say, I'm thinking about being a relationship coach. Go ahead and do that. I got coaching under my belt with life, health, holistic wellness, and diploma in divine feminine because I have another plan. Well, again, love is a $3.2 billion industry. So you can't really tap into that type of money like that without doing other things. So I'm matchmaking is coming 101. I'm coming.
That's awesome, man. So again, so you say you got some stuff coming. So you want to give us a sneak peek what you got going on, or where can we find you? Give us your Instagram, your TikTok, give us your social media info, and what do you have coming up, and how can a person get in contact with you if they want to get, hire you or give them a session or whatever the case may be?
Yeah.
How do we, drop your info? Let's go.
Yeah, okay. So my personal info, which is attached to my business, people love to watch me more so than a two-edged sword, is going to be IG LaTanya Newsome, LaTanya Newsome. That will be me in the brown and black dress, I believe. So come in, send me a DM. If you have questions, I do most of my lessons and my coaching and talking and counseling type sessions via DM. They'll DM me and then we'll FaceTime, etc. So DM me any questions, all questions. Go ahead and follow me though too, so that you don't miss anything at LaTanya Newsome. My Facebook is also LaTanya Newsome. My TikTok is at the Two-Edged Sword. THETWOEDGE SWORD. And you can always reach out to CINO because he gonna know where I'm at.
That's right.
So
That's
yeah,
right. That's right.
pleasure. Definitely.
That's right, man.
Look out for some new things. Shows the store back up. Working on some background things and try to see how they manifest. And I can tell y'all more. But yeah, this is my life and my passion. So put us together. So we can
and you do real. I mean, yeah, you're a realtor too.
Yeah,
So
I'm a bomb realtor. I mean, that's on purpose. I'm a bomb realtor.
good.
Definitely been in real estate 15 years, licensed in Kentucky and Georgia. So I'm with virtual properties. You can always Google. If you Google me, I'm everywhere. Like literally, I Google myself time to time. It's really not hard to find me. As long as you match me up with the face that you see on Google, you'll get everything you need.
Yeah.
So anybody looking to relocate to Georgia, reloads I do, VAs, any veterans, I certified in veterans as well. I also have credit certification, meaning I would help my clients get prepared to purchase before they purchase. So I have a passion for making sure that when we have goals, we need to make sure we accomplish those goals. Love, life, health, and wealth. That's where we at.
And here's the thing, we want people to, once you buy the house, you and your loved one, we're gonna keep you together in that house.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna so you buy the house through Tanya, and then she gonna help y'all, be a happy home. She gonna make the house a happy home.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about.
What life say, let's stay together. All right.
That's it, man. So man, well, it's been a pleasure, man. It's been a great episode, and I can't wait to just continue to watch your success, your growth. Definitely want to get together with you and do some other things, on this level, because again, like you say, it's a big industry, and not just industry, but it's people need help. People need help out here, and that's what we're about. So again. Follow LaTanya Moore Newsome, guys, and on IG, all her social media, and hey, y'all stay in love. Go find some love.
Yeah, find some love. I'm like,
find some love. That's really that's the only way I can end this show right now. Just find some love, share some love, be love. God is love, and we love y'all. So it's your man Corey Williams. Thanks for tuning in to another fire episode of CONVO with CINO with my guest, relationship coach, certified relationship coach, Miss LaTanya Moore Newsome, man. This your man, Corey Williams. I'm out. Peace.